Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead and welcome back to Spectacle Island. So here we are, first little job of the day, the video. I've turned time down to times 1 so that we've got a bit of daylight to do a few tasks. Just get the seeder unfolded. So we're here at field 15. We slurried it in the last episode, so now we are going to seed it. We'll get this started. We've got our field to harvest. If you remember, we did the cliff top field, as I called it. I'm going to put barley in here. Did the cliff top field in the last episode over at CDP Farm, and I've also slurried that since, so that now needs, I don't know, cultivating. I better check its plough status, but certainly cultivating and reseeding, and then that'll be ready to go. I bought the slurry spreader back. Digestate spreader technically, so we'll just do the usual couple of headlands around. I suppose we could just leave worker to it and do the headlands afterwards, technically is what you should do, but there you go. So yeah, we'll just get this seeded. Starting to cast a little bit of deep shadow under the trees, a little bit of light on. I will just do one trip round headlands and a bit up and down, leave a worker to it, and then I'll come back and tidy up the headlands and stuff when the worker has finished. But yeah, we'll try and keep this short. I always say that, rarely works. So yeah, we've got this field to seed and a field to harvest. Actually, I better check the fertilization status of all the fields. I've changed it. I think all the ones that were already showing as dark, I had this map set on 1 level of fertilization. I put that back to 3. It was fine when I was just playing it for me, but you know what, it adds to the variety of things we can do at a given time, and the number of tasks available. So I put it back up to 3. I don't think it's impacted any of the fields that were already at full fertilization. It's at full fertilization. It's at full fertilization. It doesn't matter. So it only impacts the ones going forward. I have, however, switched ploughing back on, which was also previously switched off. So again, that might have changed, but there's nothing we can do about that for those fields that have crops in. Just managed to hire a worker accidentally. Beg your pardon. But yeah, so we just need to keep an eye on things. What else? So yeah, so there's also the field over at CDP Farm. We've got a couple more fields growing. We could do some wood cutting. Perhaps cut a couple of trees down, grind some stumps out. Amusing thing being, and I am way behind, I'm recording way faster than I'm putting videos out. I'll probably put them out in a slightly random order, so I don't know when this will come out. But since I last recorded on this map, Eileen Jim, what a star he is, has announced that Spectacle Island is coming to FS17. So that leaves me with a bit of a quandary. I'm rather enjoying playing it on 7. No, I've just done it again. Will you stop it? I find the controls a little bit, I don't know if they're oversensitive or something compared to 19s. Flipping between the two is more complex than I thought, and so have a tendency to do things that are unintended. To be a little bit careful because this is a direct, so but yeah, so Jim's announced it's coming to 19. I have seen the video. It looks awesome because it looks like Spectacle Island. It's the same map, but with Jim's special twists. I am sure things will be new, but again, at the same time, it looks familiar. So there's new things, but it looks like Spectacle Island, and it's fantastic. So like I say, a bit of a quandary what to do, because I'm enjoying playing on here. What I might do, because there are other maps on here that I also want to go back to and sort of relive, so maybe what I'll do is we'll move this to 19. How this will fit in with everything else I want to do on 19, I don't know, But maybe what we'll do is we'll take current status on 17, apply it onto the 19 version. Maybe we'll do that, and see how we go. I've been umming and ahhing about starting a new map using small equipment. Maybe, no, that wouldn't really fit though. So maybe what I do is, rather than having CLP farm as the sort of platinum edition, platinum edition farm, maybe I start that out as a small equipment farm using older machinery, smaller machinery, stuff like that. Maybe I do that on here. Equally, I have also identified another map that I quite wanted to do that on. So I don't know. The age-old quandary. Too many good maps, too much good machinery, way too little time. No Man's Land will continue to be my main thing in FS. I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. I've got so much stuff that I want to do, and yeah, it's good. So I may never go back to doing a sort of full let's play style, vaguely-ish story, you know, bit of time lapse, bit of direct camera type stuff, like I had on, you know, Shamrock and everything else, moving around Marwell, or else Peterville, that sort of series. I was going to continue it on a certain map that never appeared and was umming and ahhing what to do, and maybe I just won't for the purposes of 19. Maybe that'll wait till 22, I don't know. And there's too many other things to do at the moment, too many different things I want to try. And maybe I'll just start that style of play where I move money from map to map as I progress. When we get on 22, well, I'll just start again rather than, because I'd got up to, I mean, money was crazy. I've got ridiculous quantities of money from taking that approach, and it worked. It was fun, but you know, there's just not. Well, there are a couple of maps that I would quite like to do that on. Actually, it's not to say there aren't maps that I wouldn't, but there are also other things I want to try. So maybe we'll just hold off on that for now. Yeah, actually getting this done quite quickly. I do love the Pronto. It's such a great seeder. It needs quite a lot of power. I was just thinking I could probably do with another big tractor, because for Spectacle Farm, this is the only really big, powerful tractor I've got, and it's 400 horsepower. This only needs, only inverted commas, 270, but that's still way more than my other two tractors I've got. So I'm thinking maybe I need another big tractor for this farm. I'm pretty sure I can spare the slots. Mind you, I have got the Holmer, of course, though I tend to use that more for you know, spraying and carrying tanks and muck spreading and stuff like that, or muck spreading, slurry spreading, you know. But yeah, so that's another option. Actually, what I'll do then, so if I fill in this patch here, and then that'll actually leave the worker with a fairly straightforward task. Shouldn't leave too much tidying up at the end, he says optimistically. Got that done pretty quick, actually. I'm quite surprised. No time at all. So yeah, if you've got any opinions, let me know. I mean, I'm thinking of doing something with some older equipment. Haven't we done that on 19? And so I'd quite like to do. I suppose that's not true. I did do that on Overkrabak for a while, but yeah, there's just been quite a lot of new stuff come out since then. Missed a bit, so it would be quite nice to do that, I think, a little bit, just as a start of a map. Really start maps more, which is why I'm saying maybe doing that on Spectacle Island as CLP farm would be a good way to do it. Equally, like I said, you know, there is another map that I'd identified that would be good for that, but there you go. Just see how timing goes, really. Want to do a little bit Goldcrest on here, maybe a little bit more on Altenstein, maybe a little bit more on South Mountain. I have already done a video on South Mountain. I did a stream on there, so maybe I won't. Perhaps that'll just be a step too far. I did love that map though. That was another great map. Black Sheep modding, if I remember rightly. Actually, or was it? I can't remember. There we go. Right. Let's leave a worker to it. Now then, am I better off? Yeah, I am actually. Actually, no, I'm not. Ooh, tricky. Either way, he's probably going to leave a bit somewhere. This is the steeper angle, so probably better. And I'll also bring him right over. So we cover that bit at the end, leave him running, and let's see how he does. Looking good. So, we should then show, yep, there goes the barley. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do, sorry. Growing and soil. Yep, second stage fertilization. None of those need ploughing. Really? Nothing needs ploughing? Maybe I didn't switch ploughing on. Perhaps I'm lying. Oh well, fine. For now, nothing needs ploughing, so that's all good. Good. Spot on. Right. Harvest. Actually, just going back up to the yard, I did notice the mess. I dread to think what sort of a mess the sheep and the pigs have made. I have to say, we'll take a look on the way. I'm not going to clean all the feed areas now because it's frankly a little bit boring to watch. But I'll do the cows. Love the bobcat. Still don't really understand why in 17 it was branded and in 19 it's not branded. Doesn't make any sense to me at all, but unfortunately that's just how it is. But it's a great little skid steer. Great little skid steer that looks like it's in need of a wash. How are the animals doing for feed? Actually, I haven't really checked them for a while. They're fine. They're going to need cleaning, especially the feeding, especially the pigs, but generally they're all right. Cows are going to need some more power food. TMR to the rest of us. Actually, no, we could just do this quickly, it won't take long. Just wonder what the visibility was like. Not bad actually, is it? That's not bad at all. Whoa. This of course gets tricky. Can't believe I actually got the angle right to do. Oh, I'm not, I'm tipping it out. But it's tipping, oh, that's quite an efficient way to do it. It's tipping straight into the food area as I scoop it. That's actually pretty cool. Fair play. Will we be so lucky with the sheep? Yes, we will. Nicely done. Amazing what you can find out you can do. Right, I'll leave the old bobcat here then for a second. And we'll go find the combine, which is round here. Probably ought to move that trailer, it's kind of in the way a little bit. I've not got space for it. Oh, I don't really. Which don't really get why I've got a loading wagon when actually I've also got a big trailer, or several big trailers, and the snow blower or particle blower. I don't really know why I have that. But there you go. I do. And that, see, that's one of the things that does keep occurring. Oh, that's weird. What? Oh, I see. I leapt into a different vehicle. That does keep occurring. Keep jumping out of vehicles whenever I switch the engine on. It's a bit weird. Right, wrong way around. There's the header. That's not going to help us a lot, is it? Right. Let's give that a wide berth. I'll bet he hasn't. Only missed a trip or two. That's not bad actually. Fair play. Oh, need check eggs. Actually, I need to sell eggs. I've got shed loads in my backpack. Remember that? Backpack 17. Kept your eggs in. Keep them in a nice chilled rucksack until you get around to going to the sell point. Oh yeah, we've got a few. Not many, to be fair. So yeah, I need to go sell eggs at some point. Which also means I need to remember where the sell points are for eggs. I was going to say I'll see you down at the field, but frankly I'm virtually there already. Not a lot of point, is there? Yeah, that one's nearly ready. There's our wood chipper and storage, wood chip storage. Actually, how much wood chips have I got in storage? 107,000 litres, okay. So this, I was talking, I think it was in the last video, that I'd reshaped some of the fields. And this was one of them. In fact, you can see, because of course you can't retexture, and I haven't bothered seeding it with grass properly. It's not a field. So I've erased this as a field, but this is where the field wasn't, and I've made it, I've widened it a bit, taken it out that way, but and taken it more sort of both sides and just squared it off a little bit at the edges so that it was a bit more fitting to the shape of the hedge. I'll leave this over here, and also just eat slightly easier. There were places where it's a little bit too close to the edge of the hedge, and so I just squared it off and made it that bit wide, so it's a little bit bigger than it was, also slightly easier to work and slightly more worker friendly, though with some challenges, it has to be said. Are we, what we doing with straw? No. Which one is it? Someone tell me. Not that one. Oh, crying out loud. I can never, ever remember which... Ooh. Oh, hang on, what are we harvesting? Oh, soybean. Oh, you idiot. Sorry. I was thinking about the barley I just put in the other field. I was going to say I can never remember which is your swath drop. But of course there is no swath drop because it's not, it's soybeans. Anyway, sorry, that was me being really dense. Yeah, say I was just thinking about the barley in the other field. But yeah, so you can see the shape of the field originally, so I've just taken it back a little bit, squared it off a little bit to the shape of the hedge, to the road if you like, I suppose, and I made it quite a bit wider, basically about as wide as I could. And even there you can see a little bit of it was already onto the bank, which was also a bit odd, frankly. And even this is a touch tricky to get the edge in without lifting the header off the ground. You see on the rocky outcrop, which I've noticed is in the 19 version, we've got the multi-liquid silo placed, and there's also a wash bay there. It's where I tend to keep the truck and the Holmer with all of the you know, the slurry spreader and the new fertilizer spreaders over there as well, and all this sort of stuff. I was thinking actually I could put a shed on there. There isn't a shed there, but I could put a shed there. I should do, really, not just leave the vehicles out in the open all the time. Now the one bit that does cause some challenges, because I've taken this a little bit closer this end and again squared it off, but it's now quite close to this cliff, and that can cause problems. I've had tractors stuck because workers rammed it up the cliff face, all that kind of jazz, bless them. Yeah, that gets a bit annoying. Lovely sunset. Always get lots of lovely sunsets on Spectacle Island. So again, just about to see the shape as it was. Actually, I'm not sure I've necessarily taken it that much closer. I have in places, but I just sort of shifted it slightly and made it a bit wider. Just changed the, it's almost like I rotated it a bit. Slightly changed the angle it was at. Just used the erase field thing. I mean, I could have not bothered erasing what was there previously. I could have just not seeded it and that would have been fine, but it's just neater. Do it that way. Plenty of turning space at this end. Not so much at the other. Do a little bit in cab. Oh, I did forget I'd forgotten all about it, to be honest. There's a great, ooh, that's not very good, look. There's a great mod that I'd forgotten we had, the tanker, the liquid tanker that I've got. It magically, you can see it, it's up there at the top, look, currently got its digestate label, but it changes, the outside of the tanker changes according to what you've got contained within it. It's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. Such a great idea. I don't think we've got anything quite like that on 19. I think you can change what your trailer indicates it shows, but I don't think there's one that does it automatically depending on what content it has. Such a clever thing to do. Absolutely brilliant. I'd completely forgotten about it until I put some digestate in it and it magically changed it. When it's empty it just goes plain. It's very cool. A couple of beehives there, look, top of the hillside. I'm curious to see what Jim's done about the house. The house, if you know the map, when I mentioned it earlier, but when you start the map, the yard is overgrown, it's in a right state, there's lots of rubbish piles and, you know, masonry and stuff all sitting about the place, and as you take a few trees out here and there it starts to tidy it up and it looks, you know, you change it. But he couldn't do anything with the house, he couldn't make the house change over time, or, you know, once you cleared all the stuff suddenly replace it with a brand new house. I'm wondering, I'm hoping, I don't know, I've no idea, I haven't asked him and I'm not going to. Why spoil the surprise? I'm wondering if he's managed to figure out a way to do that in 19, because that would be amazing. Always seemed a shame that, you know, you tidy up the yard but you're still living in a caravan. And there isn't a caravan, at least not at the moment on the 19 version, so let's see what he's done. But I'll definitely be on it, and I may, as I say, I may transfer this map, if you like, this game, save game, to 19. We'll get all the same equipment, set up the fields the same way, clear some of the trees out into some of the fields, because it's the same process. You have to clear the trees, all the fields are overgrown, you have to clear the fields of trees before you can start using them. So the ones that I have cleared I could clear, do a bit off screen, get it all set up the same. Maybe I'll do that, we'll see. Equally, you know, part of the reason, apart from that, I wanted to get more play out of the map was also to back on 17. But as I said, I've got other maps I can play on 17. It's just going to confuse things if I have another map that I'm trying to play regularly on 19 as well as stuff on 17 as well as No Man's Land, because I'm not giving that up anytime soon. That is for certain. Can't beat a bit of chilled out harvesting. there you go, folks. We're coming up on the 25-minute mark. I think I'm going to call it a day there. I'll get this field finished. I'll go and do the bit that the worker missed over on, was that field 15 we were on? Yeah. This is 14 for reference. And then yeah, we'll speed through the night a little bit, I guess, when the time comes. And next time I'll see you in the morning, and we'll then have this field to turn around. Still got the work to do over at the one at CDP Farm. Probably be some more to harvest by then. They'd start cutting some trees. There'll be this field to turn around. Fertilizer to apply. Yeah, plenty to do. As always, plenty to do. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.